Most of you should know by now of the murder of a black man. Again, it's the truth. The murder of a black man in North Carolina on the 21st of last month. It was Elizabeth City, North Carolina to be exact. And that gentleman's name was 42-year-old Andrew Brown. And there were deputy sheriffs going to his home, his place of residence, to exact and or executing a warrant, supposedly a felony warrant for drugs and what have you. But it ended up, no pun intended, to be an execution of Brown, Andrew Brown. And I saw part of a video because the judge in North Carolina did not disclose, open up the video, the body cameras of all of the officers involved, and there was approximately 7 deputies. And the video that I observed, that I saw that was initially shown online, was what appeared to be a pickup truck with several deputies standing on it, almost like wagons in a western or a military movie. Them standing on the back of a pickup truck as if they had a purpose. I thought that was pretty odd, going to serve a warrant to be standing on the back of a pickup truck, like the OK Corral kind of situation. But anyway, Andrew Brown was murdered by this group of deputies. Okay. Chance Lynch is the lawyer of Brown's family in this particular matter. I hate using the term case because that term was created by the legal society, case. But anyway, in this particular case, Chance Lynch is the lawyer along with a few others, but the main lawyer of the family. And in a more recent video, there was more video footage presented to the family to allow them to watch and or observe. But at first, they only got 20 seconds by the judge. And it was stated before that the judge had the discretion not to even show any of the video at all. And it took several weeks before they showed any video at all. Can you say non-transparency? Can you say hiding potential evidence that would incriminate those officers involved? Now, in more cases than not, virtually in all cases as it relates to the police and any interactions with the black man in our society, they're always running damage control once they kill a black man, a black woman, a black child. Damage control. In other words, excuse my expression, they have to get their lie right. There are some decent human beings, let me put this footnote in here. There are some decent, honorable, upstanding men and women on the police force across the nation. There are some. And many of them didn't realize that they were joining up with a prejudiced, biased, racist organization. It is what it is. Now, so these guys were trying to get their damage control together. That's why they didn't expose the video. Anytime a judge has the discretion of showing something to the public that could put our minds at ease as to whether or not these people that they say is supposed to protect and serve the community are indeed doing that. So some more video was made available to the family, and they said approximately 18 to 19 minutes additional video that they observed. And in no way did Andrew try to harm any officers. His hands were visible, and from what they saw, the deputies were standing on the sidewalk alongside his home, and no one in back of his vehicle at all. He did not try to run over anybody. It was not until a shot was fired, they say. Now I'm saying, if all of this is true, and it will come to bear, if all of this is true, once the first shot was fired, he put the vehicle in reverse and tried to turn around and escape. Any more gunfire? And then as he was moving in his vehicle, a barrage of bullets from the side of his vehicle were hailing towards his vehicle and him. They said he was shot about 4 times in his arm and 1 bullet hole to the back of his head. According to the medical examiner, the local medical examiner, he said this: approximately 5 shots to his arm and then 1 to the back of his head, striking through his brain. Now, he found the cause of death to be homicide. That's what he said, the medical examiner. Could he be wrong? Why would he say homicide? That's murder. Somebody murdered him. Okay, now, the lawyer Chance Lynch also said that there had been so many bullet holes, it was hard to count them. Anyway, we don't need police reform. We don't. And this is me shooting from the hip. What we really need, honestly, and whether or not this could ever happen in our lifetime, but what we really need is for the police departments that we already have to be dismantled and redone all over again. That's what we need. Now, I can't go any further about how I would do it if it were myself. Right now, I can't say that. But all police departments, especially those that have a record of killing and have had a record of killing black men on their books, where the cops did not do it lawfully, and where the cops were found not guilty and they walked, didn't get any jail time, such as in the case of Tamir Rice in Columbus or Cleveland, Ohio, such as the Ma'Khia Bryant incident in Columbus, such as the Sandra Bland in Texas being found dead in her cell the next day. This happened some years ago. Such as the Philando Castile and the Sam Dubose incident, such as the Alton Sterling incident. These police departments need to be shut down. Minimally, those. There's many others, if not all. They need to be shut down completely and restructured, not reformed. Because if there's racism within the ranks, within the very core of a police division and or its system, need to start at square one. But who's going to do it without prejudice? Who's going to do it? Who's really going to do it? I will throw this footnote in there. We are the people. Our government, in every layer, every aspect, is supposed to be of, for, and by the people. There is something else, some other entity, someone else that's running these institutions that is not for the people, especially black people. And it's been going on for a long, long time. It's not new. With the George Floyd murder by Derek Chauvin, that's just one particular instance where the world began to really, really pay attention to what's been going on for a long, long time. So, excuse my expression, the hell with reform. You cannot reform or legislate racism. If there's someone who's racist in an organization or a group, and that's the core of that group, that's what makes it function, that's the way it's been since the beginning. If one person gets caught for doing something illegal or unlawful, it does not root out the rest of the racism, does it? No, it doesn't. Still there. It's only a matter of time before the next cop kills somebody that's black for no good reason at all. But anyway, I pray that Andrew Brown receives justice. It's pretty difficult to receive justice in a society where it's just us that's being so criminalized, so vilified, and ostracized from mainstream society, as if we are a cancer of some type, and as if we don't belong here. Let me remind you, white supremacists, I'm not talking about you white individuals out there. I love everyone, but I'm talking to the white supremacists, and there will be some trolls on here. It's bound to happen. But let me remind you, no matter what you say, what you believe, we, our ancestors, built this country. This country, America, not the U.S., which is a corporation, but the United States of America, America, our ancestors built this. And if you're a black cop and you're watching this, take note. If you're a black pastor, preacher, politician, take note. If you're a black entertainer, professional, or just an average black individual, teenager, or what have you, take note. This country belongs to us. Now, just because I say that this is our country, I'm not excluding whites, Asians, Latinos, and so forth. It's all of our country. But there tends to be this inner belief by some that we don't belong here, that we come from Africa. All black people don't come from Africa. There's a percentage. Everybody didn't make it here during the slavery times, but there were some here already. So I'm expressing to you, what I'm trying to express to you is that this is all of our country. It's not just blacks. But don't exclude us. When we created it, we made it possible for there to be white wealth in America, black wealth, Asian wealth, Latino wealth, German wealth, Irish wealth. Anyone that's wealthy in this country, we made it possible because our ancestors built this country, and that's the foundation of everything. But we have been treated like stepchildren, and even to this day. But anyway, it's going to get better. It's most definitely going to get better because the tides are turning, because the universe is speaking now. It is, and it's exposing things and people for how they really are. The deception is being exposed, and the scales are falling from people's eyes, and they're seeing better now. Anyway, that was really it. I can go on. I could talk about other subjects, but I just wanted to touch base on the murder of Andrew Brown. His death won't be in vain, and neither will all of the other needless black deaths by the hand of so-called law enforcement. I say so-called. I'm talking about the institutions that allow certain officers to murder people in the streets. That's what I'm talking about. Not the institution and its real purpose or what it should be. I'm just talking about those who don't follow what the purpose should actually be, who choose to live above the law as if they are exempt. So let me know what you think about this video. Let me know what you think about the Andrew Brown murder. Let me know if you think that the outcome in this up and coming trial is going to be the same as it was with Derek Chauvin as it related to the death of George Floyd. Will it be similar, the outcome? Or will these sheriff deputies be found not guilty? I'm interested in knowing what your feedback is, what your feelings are. So I'm going to say this before I go. This can be sort of painful to some people to hear, to believe in or realize that we do have human beings, individuals on law enforcement that don't follow the law themselves. But it is what it is. There are criminals. There are murderers in every facet, every aspect of life. In government, in the justice system. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. We just have to remain vigilant. This is Brother Teacher. Have a great day.